Mauritian pumpkin stew or Giraumon Touffé is a very common way of making pumpkin back home. The pumpkin is sauteed in mild spices such as mustard seeds, onions, and dried chili, and then gently simmered down to a nice mash-like consistency. The highlight of this dish is the sweetness of the pumpkin, which we often enhance with a tad bit of sugar, and it's a great accompaniment to any meal or on its own. The best way to eat it when it's freshly made with some very hot roti. Start by adding 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil to a pan placed on medium heat, followed by 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, and we are going to saute them for about 30 seconds in the oil. Then we will add in 1 sliced onion and a dried chili. You can use more dried chilies if you prefer it to be spicy, or if you don't have them, just use fresh ones. So we'll saute this until the onions are translucent. Onions are done now. Time to add in 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. And then we are going to saute this again for about 30 seconds until it's all nice and fragrant, and then we'll add in our pumpkin. So I have here 1 small pumpkin that I've peeled and cubed nicely like this in small pieces. Mix everything together well now. Make sure the pumpkin is well coated with the spices. Now it's time to season our pumpkin. So I'm just seasoning it lightly now, and I will adjust accordingly later. So mix in the salt, and then we are going to lower the heat and cover our pumpkin and let it stew for about I would say 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes now, and look at our pumpkin. It's simmering nicely, and it has released some of its own juices. So that's the idea of cooking it this way. It's to cook it in its own juices. But in case the mixture is a bit too dry, you can at this stage add a little bit of water. Not too much, I would say about 1/4 cup. And then we will cover this and continue cooking it until the pumpkin softens. And please be mindful to stir the pumpkin every now and again so that it doesn't stick to the bottom or burn. My pumpkin looks almost ready now. It has simmered down quite a lot, and as you can see, it has released a lot of its own juices. So what I will do now is I'm going to use a masher and mash it like this. So it's okay if it's not a super fine consistency, but you want to mash most of the pieces. And you can also use an electric blender for this. After we are done mashing, we are just going to sweeten our pumpkin now. So I'm using here brown sugar, but you can use normal white sugar. I'm going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons. And then I'm going to mix this in. Some people don't like the sweet taste of pumpkin, so you can omit this altogether. Or if you like it sweeter, of course, you can add in more sugar. So at this stage, what I usually do is I taste the pumpkin to see if the sweetness is right. So our pumpkin is ready now. You can take it off the heat. You can enjoy this as a side dish or on its own with some rice or roti. Thank you for watching.